Hello, hope you're having an amazing day. Today, I'm going to share with you something completely different. And all I can say is that Wix got tired of playing hard mode. So, Wix did something that probably a lot of you already saw on the news. So, that's what we're going to do today. And it doesn't have to do actually with the Wix, which is crazy. We're gonna go to compare Replit, which is a way to build web apps, and Base 44, which is something that Wix just acquired. And that's what I mean by Wix is no longer playing hard mode. And I'm gonna show you some of the projects that I have built on Replit and why now I'm pretty much convinced to move to Base 44 after testing some stuff today. I want to show you what the main things are, and if you're interested, I'm going to be sharing videos on how to properly use these two platforms. But mostly I'm going to be focusing on Base 44 because it was acquired by Wix. So what I can say is that now you have the option to build, your normal Wix website. You can also create apps that you can sell on the Wix marketplace or create very complex web apps very fast. But again, you want to make sure you know how to use these platforms, because as much as it's like, oh, just type a prompt and start building, sometimes it's not always like that. So I'm going to give you the main things on why I pick Base 44. And I believe, in my personal opinion, that Base 44 it's the killer for Replit. And we're going to start by doing exactly the same project. So in this, as you can see, I already purchased the starter plan, which is $20 per month. And the one from Replit, I'm paying $40 per month. So the main difference already is the pricing. For the amount of messages that I get or credits, this one gives me 100 and Replit only gives me 40 credits. So that's a big difference on price. But most of the times, once I'm building on Replit, one of the things is sometimes I'm spending too much money. And I know I'm talking too much. We're going to go into actually using these two platforms. But I want to point these two things so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into before you start spending any money. So the other coolest thing I will say from Base 44 is that you're going to be able to do things faster than Replit, even though Base 44 is still a little bit slow when completing certain tasks. So let's dive into it. We're gonna start with Replit. So here, one of the things, we're gonna keep it very simple. If you're interested in learning more on how to properly build a web app on these platforms, comment and let me know that you're interested so I can make more videos about it. But you don't want to just type a comment of like, build me a real estate website, for example, right? Because you want to be very detailed. And one of the things is we can use ChatGPT. So I'm going to show you how to fix your prompts using ChatGPT. Replit already has a tool that you can use. So for this sample, we're going to build a classify or directory type of website. So that way you can see the main differences. So we're going to start with this one. Build me a directory, or actually a listing website for businesses to promote. And what else can we add? And add the option for them to have a detail page. So again, this is just an example. I'm going to copy exactly the same prompt, and I'm going to use their improve prompt for this one. And then on base 44, we're gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna type this exact same message. And as you can see here, I can do styling instructions, and then I can use this style instead. Versus a Replit, it kind of improves your prompt, and it even gives you the colors, the references. So all these things, it gives it to you. But on base 44, you can add style instructions, and it gives you a little bit more freedom to go in more custom, nice design, I would say. So as you can see here, what kind of design we want. I want to use this one, and then I can click enter, and then here I can do start chat. So both are gonna start working, and this is live. I'm not pausing anything, so you're gonna see in detail about what it's doing for both of them. And for this specific video, I kind of just want to show you the main powerful thing these two platforms have. You're going to notice that Replit is a little bit faster than base 44, but there's one thing that you're definitely not going to find on Replit that base 44 just completely made me switch, and I'm pretty much gonna abandon Replit. Okay, I'm gonna keep my projects I have, but I'm gonna start all my new projects with base 44 just because of this single thing that I'm gonna mention shortly. So as you can see here, Replit, it's already kind of giving you a list of things that it's gonna do, right? It's giving you what it's gonna be creating, and you can decide if you wanna keep them or remove them. So if you approve the plan, I can click approve plan, and it's gonna start building the site already. And right now it doesn't look as good just because we're on a split screen, but once it completes it, I'm gonna preview it. And the best part about this too is that you can already preview what the design is gonna look like. So this one's still working. Once you're like pretty much ready to go is when the chat at the bottom is gonna say waiting for response. For now it's still working, and then here on the right also tells you what it's doing, but it didn't give you the ability to remove what you want it. So I believe there's things that they're definitely gonna be improving, but again, the only thing that completely made me change to base 44 is what I'm gonna show you right now after they both complete. So as you can see here, this one is pretty much almost done, and it already has icons, even has the search bar, even has the sign in, add a business. So it's very complete. Adds things that you didn't even mention on your prompt, even adds reviews. So it's like a really powerful tool. And as you start deciding where you're gonna build your websites, now you have these options. I love Wix, and I'm still gonna be using Wix, but there are things that now you can use in combination. So pretty much you can turn your Wix platform into your sales page and use the web apps for the more complex things if you need to. So let's see here. This one, it's already completed. This is pretty awesome. So we're gonna click preview on the base 44. Let me see if it'll let us see it here. Okay, so let me refresh this really quick. And okay, so for now, it's not like Replit, which when I'm gonna press preview, you'll see right now, we're gonna be able to open it on a new tab. But the other thing about base 44 is that when you go to workspace, you also have access to a database, but we'll go through that shortly. Just for now, let's go through this part. You can see you already added the categories. I didn't tell it what to do. You can search and view details. And as you can see here, there's like literally all the things. Call now, visit website. And then if I go to the menu right now, it's still not working because it's still like in progress. But now we're gonna add the option for business owners to add their own listing, right? So as you can see here, it has editing homepage, business page. So it tells me all the things that it added. So let me see here. If we go to the workspace, you're gonna be able to see you can also do the app visibility, and then you have more customization on how to invite people to help you work on this platform. Unfortunately, on Replit, you have to pay an additional $40 if you want to add people to help you work on your project. So it's not very good. I would say that's my biggest complaint with them. Let's go here and do add an option to create accounts and add listing. And as you can see, this chat alone, it's 1 credit. So that's how you're gonna know how many credits you're using. But one of the advantages is that when the platform is really good, you're not gonna be wasting that much credit. And the other thing is, when you're using ChatGPT to give you a good prompt, then you're gonna be also getting it correctly. You're not gonna be wasting those credits as well. The best part is the mobile version, it's already optimized, so you don't even have to worry about that. And Replit, for some reason, still taking a little bit longer. I guess they're kind of jealous. Usually they're faster than base 44, at least on the last, projects that I've been creating. But let's see here. And on this video, that way you don't have to spend too long with me today. We're literally just gonna be talking about the main things on why you should do base 44. Again, they didn't pay me to say that, but you'll see right now what is one of the biggest things that definitely it's gonna be like, okay, that's it. That's all I care for. Okay. So there you go. He added the user up at the top. So as you can see here, still thinking, but he already added the button, the menu, add listing or logout. And we're still waiting here on Replit. Come on, Replit. Now I'm definitely gonna be very happy to move in this site. What's the other thing I would say on Replit? The other disadvantage is whenever you complete a project, transferring it to a client, or if you decide to sell one day your business, is really hard. Like they made it really hard to transfer to another account. And on base 44, one of the things I noticed is they made it very easy to share this with other users. So we can do add listing, and there's your form already. So you can see here, I can go back to listings, or I can add a listing. And then I'm still waiting on Replit. So while it's still doing this thing, let's focus on this one. Okay, so enough is enough. I'm gonna tell you why this base 44 is the ultimate thing. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna click log out, and look what just happened right now. This is so beautiful. Okay, so one of the things that you won't have on Replit is when you tell it to have an option for members. Yes, it's gonna create a whole sign up page, but it's not gonna give you these things right here. Forgot password, a welcome message when you have signed up for the page, which is something very, very powerful, because on Replit, you do have to go get another company like Resender, or what's the other one? I forgot. That you have to get an API service to do email notifications. So that alone, it's gonna save you a lot of time. You can do it on Replit, but you have to integrate the API, create the custom templates, set up the welcome email, set up the forgot password email. So it's just so much work, and you're still not going to be able to do it. So if you're planning on deciding which platform you're going to use, I would say if you want to have less headaches, base 44 is your option, just because of this little thing right here, the notifications and the reset password, which is something that you're normally not thinking about. So let me expand this to see what's going on with Replit. Let's see. Still not completed. Now, as you can see, the design, it's a little bit different than this one because we pick a theme. But on Replit, if you give it also a website, it will also give that same it will use that same reference. So you can plug a URL, tell it, hey, I want an inspiration as this website, and it will create it for you exactly like that. The next thing is, again, if you're interested, I'm going to be showing you how you can customize all the little sections on these platforms. For now, I'm going to be using both. So that way, in case you decide to use Replit, or if you already have your web app there, then you can just use it. But for the most part, I'm going to be focusing on base 44 as well, because it has the databases. So we're going to go more into the databases, do more custom work on them. And then definitely we're going to be integrating and creating some apps for Wix Marketplace. That's the other thing that's awesome, that with both of these platforms, you can do it. You can create an app, integrate it into the Wix Marketplace. And the best part is that you have access to all those potential clients, because everybody is literally there just accessing the apps from Wix. Okay, so perfect. This is completed. So now if I click sign in, let's see, it's not working. If I click add business, it will add it, but it's not doing anything with the sign up. It did create a nice dashboard. Everything is good there, but I cannot sign in. So I'm going to have it create a way to sign up and log in. So in this example, it's going to, I literally told it here, and let's go here into the chat here, so that way you can see. So I literally said this, create, where was it? Add an option to create an account and add listing. Literally, that's all I said. And it created the sign up page. So watch now what Replit is going to do. I told it exactly the same thing, which is create a way to sign up and log in. And it's going to add it. But again, the only downside of this one is that it's not going to do the email notifications, and I have to manually go and set it up with an API. So hopefully this video, I know it's something a little bit different, but at the same time, I don't want to gatekeep, and I'm still going to be doing a lot of Wix videos. But I just want you to see that if you were thinking about building something very complex, now the opportunity is there to be creating some crazy custom things. And the best part is you're not going to spend thousands of dollars anymore, because you could literally get 90% of the work. And the little things that you can do, you can hire people. If you need help adjusting your web app, let me know in the comments. I can definitely help you. Or if you just need help on troubleshooting things, you can still code on these two platforms, but of course, prompts are going to make it way easier for you. So let's see. Again, for some reason, Replit today is too slow, but it's perfect, because that way it definitely shows that we made the right decision going to base 44. But there it is. I think it's almost done. It's even telling you what to do. And then if you have an idea of a project that you want us to test, I can build it for the next video, and then we'll go step by step on getting it all the way to launching. And with these things, I have launched recent projects super fast. So definitely it's going to increase how fast you create projects. The only, I would say, disadvantage with this too is that you get addicted to just creating projects, And as long as you do some good marketing and there are good ideas, you can definitely, have an extra business. Or if you want to sell them, or if you're doing it for clients, this is going to be perfect. Again, still very slow. So let's go back to base 44. Here, they call it publish, and it's already going to be hosted, so you don't have to worry about that. Database is already built into it, so you don't have to worry about that. With Replit, you can use APIs for the databases. It does come with one. If you create it, you can tell it create a database for it. It will do it. The only thing, again, it's not going to do is the email notifications, which at first I didn't think it was a big deal, but once you're having to set up all of that wastes your credits, takes a lot of work. So definitely that's something that you're going to be very happy you made this decision. Let's give it a few more seconds. Perfect. I think it's completed because now it's doing the preview. And here on Replit, they call it deploy. So that's what they call it. And you can connect any domains. Same with base 44. It's very easy to add the domains. The hosting is already handled by them. Replit uses they call it computers, so you can set how it's per usage versus monthly service. So it makes it way cheaper also when you're launching a project and you're growing and you don't have that many visits. So it could cost you maybe a few cents per month versus having something like base 44. I'm still testing to see how expensive it can get over time, but to be honest, it's worth it if you're going to be saving in development. And come on, Replit. Still okay, still working and testing. That's why it's mentioning this. Okay, so for some reason it's taking a lot more time than normal. Usually it's pretty fast, so let me pause this so that way you don't have to wait too long. Oh, right when I pause it, it was ready. Okay, so we're gonna click sign in and back to my app. Let's go here to test it, and then I'm gonna click sign in. And as you can see here right now, it's giving me this weird login, which this is not something that you want, right? So if we go to add business, still the same form, and then it's having some issues. But again, this is just one of many things that you'll be having problems with. So that's why I would say if you're deciding on which one to use, the base 44 definitely is going to make it way easier for you. And this is going to be the winner. But as you can see here, you can even preview it. So that one was because I click view details, so it shouldn't open anything, but we can have it here to also, this is something, another thing that I didn't mention on Replit. You can upload databases and you can upload specific things and then use the visual edit. So for example, if you don't want this type of layout, you can tell it to be changed. Or you can also change the background. So if you want to just decide to do something else like that, and edit sections instead of having to go in each item. So again, we can go to the workspace here. And as you can see here, we already have a database, which is so awesome because you don't have to be accessing this on a weird way like Replit. It's very complex to get to this part. They made it very, very simple. Your domains, security, everything is handled by this platform. So again, hopefully this is something that gives you a lot of excitement that you now are not limited to create different things. and it's very powerful. So see you in the next video. Let me know if you have an idea of what you would like to see, and we can start it from start to finish and show you how you can spend less credits so you can maximize your credits. Take care. See you in the next video, and God bless you.